You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Gaming, and Sunny on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with another Let's Play episode of Rain Check Ruse Path. So y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go! Okay. We were just chilling with David. Rue briefs Javier about the pool incident while I strain to examine the dimly lit surroundings more closely. Now that I'm inside for a bit, the room's a lot smaller than I thought. Really? The pool? Was there a drowning? Well, that's what I said. Hey, that's what I said. I don't know, but hey, I've also heard that there was some kind of incident at the casino yesterday. Apparently some drug addicts snuck in and caused problems. Do you guys know anything about that? My attention swiftly turns to Rue, my heart throbbing with unease at the mention of the casino. He meets my gaze with a comforting look before suddenly shaking his head. No, we don't. What happened, and where'd you hear about this? We were informed by the hotel staff that something happened. It didn't matter to me, though. I was touching up my photos at the time. Any reason why staff didn't tell us about this? Oh, you guys didn't know? I think maybe they only told the VIPs that were staying at the penthouse, like my dad. I don't know, though. I wasn't paying attention. We trail the reindeer deeper into the storage area until we encounter another imposing black door. I've trespassed my fair share, but there's something about this place that feels more unnerving than the power plant earlier. Okay, here's the storage. Huh. But I thought we were already in the storage area. I think this room ahead is for the companies, and the room here is for the convention center. I'm not really sure, but I was just told that there would be another door I'd need to enter. Interesting. That would make sense. There's too high a risk of keeping things out here. By the way, David, you probably wouldn't know this, but do you know if they have any footage of the robber that tried to break in last night? Second, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm drinking one of my special slushies. You're gonna get a little bit of baked wing gaming today. Actually, I wanted to see the footage too. I thought it'd be cool. But that's when I learned there's no cameras inside the storage area here, for privacy reasons. Really? How perfect. Wait, so the thing we're looking for is likely in there? My voice is quiet and directed towards Rue, trying my best not to alert David. Most likely. I couldn't spot anything on our way in besides trash. I looked back to see David fiddling with the door, trying to get it open. Uh-oh. Hey, mister, could you help me open the door? I think it's stuck. I see David waving at Rue for help, a look of concern evident on his face. The name's Rue, by the way. Rue steps up and tries to open it, but the door remains stubbornly immovable. Is there a key for this or something? I'm not sure. Maybe I should have paid more attention. It doesn't look like it. No keyhole or anything. The wolf shifts his weight, pressing his shoulder and upper body against the door in another attempt to open it, causing the entire structure to tremble. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Rue could smash through a boulder. Hey, don't tear down the place. I think I got it. A sharp snap echoes, and then the door abruptly gives way, swinging into the encompassing darkness. Wow, Mr. Rue, you're so strong. Would you be interested in taking some photos later for my magazine? Or maybe an interview? I already know the perfect headline. Rue the Wolf smashes all. Absolutely not. Aww. David chuckles as he enters the newly accessible room as I notice Javier glaring at him. Such flamboyant, energetic behavior. He wouldn't last one day back where I'm from. He wouldn't last 1 minute with me. At least he means well, right? I give a short forced laugh, but the two just stare at me. Just keep moving. Stepping inside, I'm instantly struck by the comparative chill. Feels like I'm in one of those walk-in freezers at the grocery store. Good. It's empty. Is it just me, or is it freezing in here? It's just you. Found the light switch. The sudden burst of light in the room momentarily blinds me. Whoa! This place is huge! We should spread out and look around. I glance around to find Javier by the entrance, eyes scanning the room from his vantage point, his paws idly fiddling with his bit flipper. I'll be staying out here. If you guys find anything, let me know. Rue comes into sight, clutching a broken 2x4. Well, that explains the sound. Look at this joke. Whoever put this here didn't want us in, and they sure did a shitty job. Jesus, you are strong, Mr. Rue. The impersonation of David takes Rue by surprise, leaving him momentarily flustered. Stop. I don't need another reindeer to deal with. What? It's true, though. You snapped that plank like it's a toothpick. My gaze shifts from Rue to the rest of the room, noting the sudden hush. Speaking of David, where is he? David? I call out, my line of sight hindered by the cluttered shelves and scattered equipment. Just as I'm preparing to call out again, I catch his voice faintly from afar. Hey, Theodore, I'm back here. You guys should come take a look at this. Rue and I share a glance of intrigue before quickening our pace towards the direction of his voice. The way he's shouting, something tells me he found something big. Hey guys, look! The reindeer points to another door, wrapped clumsily in caution tape, reminiscent of a poorly packaged gift. More doors? This place is huge. Storage unit number 4, huh? Ooh, excuse me. Rue points to the door tag on the side as David approaches the tape. The reindeer takes out his phone and snaps a couple of photos. How mysterious. Maybe I should start a new catalog for creepy photos like this. I'll call it The Mysterious Door. Oh, God. David, who owns unit number 4? I'm not sure, but I can tell you it's not Nodal Visions. We're number 11 over there. Rue steps forward, pulling back the tape just enough to reveal the door behind. How strange. What is it? Come. David and I step beside Rue and carefully peer over the crack in the tape. For some reason, I anticipated a hole in the door or a bloodstain, yet there's nothing at all. Ooh, I see a door. But it looks normal, though. There goes my catalog idea. Yeah, it's just a couple of locks over the door. Exactly. Wasn't there an attempted robbery? Yet there's no security anywhere, nor any signs of damage on this door. How is it an attempted robbery if there wasn't even any attempt? Wow, you're right. I was expecting to see some damage, but it's just tape wrapped poorly at that. Something feels off. Ooh, the mystery thickens. I like where this is going. The reindeer snaps a few more pictures, as if his life depends on it, and examines the door with greater scrutiny. This is going in my magazine for sure. Rue swiftly strides over and examines an adjacent unit before conducting a brief inspection of the other doors in the area. It's almost as if Rue is acting like a prison guard, the way he's patrolling the doors, or maybe a burglar. All the doors look identical. So you're saying there was never a break-in? Not necessarily, but things aren't adding up. Think about it. First, Dust informed us that the robber couldn't get past the locks, but upon inspection it's clear no tampering was attempted. Second, why was the entrance here barred off? Look around us. This place is filled with large equipment in boxes. It was probably transported through that roll-up door over there. He motions towards the opposite side of the wall, pointing to a spacious area that appears to be intended for truck loading and unloading. Lastly, why the fuck isn't there any security here? Second, y'all. Water time. Alright, y'all, and we are back. Let's jump back into it, shall we? Okay. I understood what David said, but it's absurd there's nobody around. Now that you mention it, we didn't run into anyone back here. Well, besides David. Ooh, I'd love a good mystery. Let me see if I can help. Oh, you really don't have to, David. You've done enough already. This looks so fun, though. Dad always wanted me to be a detective, or was it a lawyer? Ah, this really isn't a game, though. David, remind us again. You said there's no cameras in here? Nope. So it's only the entrance in the hallway, then? Maybe also outside the loading zone back there, but that's just a guess. You know, I was never the smartest when it came to this stuff, but what Mr. Rue is saying makes sense. We all fall silent as we stare at the yellow tape in front of us as we try to digest what this could all mean. David suddenly springs to life, his eyes lighting up as a spark of realization as he gazes at us. Actually, give me 1 second. I think I know how to help. The reindeer gives us an enthusiastic nod before running back out. Wait! Finally, some peace and quiet. I wonder what he's up to. Becoming a lawyer, like what his dad always wanted. Well, in any case, there's still a couple more things annoying me. Huh? What's that? First, there's no cameras here. There still might be hidden ones, and I can't check with my phone being dead. Oh crap, you're right. Javier maybe can check for us. I suppose. But more importantly, how did they know there was an attempted robbery, especially when none of the locks were damaged? And by they, I mean whoever first discovered the scene. Maybe it was the staff that walked in on it and replaced the locks after seeing the damage? You think so? That seems unlikely. But even then, what's that with the lack of security personnel? I was expecting at least another person here. Hey, you two. I got good news and bad news. What is it? The good news is that there doesn't appear to be any hidden cameras here. I just finished a scan. The bad news is the reindeer ran out. Sounds like good news to me. Oh, yeah. He said he might know a way to help us? The fox, with a creased forehead, looks intently at us and then turns his focus to the taped-off door beside us, gesturing towards it. Is this... It's supposedly the botched robbery from last night. Really? That's it? The fox walks up to the tape, instinctively peering through and inspecting the locks. Huh. I was expecting to see something more dramatic. Well, might as well see what's inside, right? Give me a second. I think I can pick these. Rue and I observe in silence as we see the fox meticulously work the pick in his paw into the lock. A minute passes before we hear something drop to the floor. Shit! What is it? The pick snapped. Looks like I'm rustier than I thought. Uh-oh. Javier scratches his head and takes out his phone. Uh-oh is right. We're out of luck. I didn't bring a spare. Then let me fill you in on what we've been thinking so far. Rue delves into his thoughts, pointing out the peculiarities he's noticed, the puzzling door barricade, the unaltered locks, and the conspicuous absence of security personnel. Now that you mention it, I did think it was too easy getting back here. So I guess that's that? Can't we have Rue try and get this door as well? I'm strong, but not that strong. This door looks like it's made of reinforced steel. Flattered, though. Plus, I couldn't find what we're looking for when I was in the other room. We can't investigate beyond these doors at the moment. Disappointing, but alright. Let's proceed to our next point of interest, then. What about David? Aren't we going to wait for him? As if in response to my thoughts, I catch sight of a pair of antlers poking out from behind some shelves, moving swiftly towards us. I'm back! I got it! Surprised, we all spin around to witness David sprinting towards us, swinging a hefty-sized keyring. Where the hell did he get that? Excuse me? What is that? I got the master keys! And how did you manage to do that? Oh, it was easy. I just went to the help desk and asked for the keys. And they weren't interested in helping until I showed them my ID. So this is what being a billionaire is like. They gave you the entire keyring? Just like that? Oh, yeah, I guess so. We can open all the doors now if you want. I need to return as soon as possible, though, or security will come after me. Javier and I look at each other before he shrugs back, prompting a nervous laugh from me. Rue plucks the keys from David's grasp and tosses them to Javier, who barely manages to catch them in time. Well, I guess we can check what's inside the door now. He cycles through the keys, testing each one until a sudden clicking sound resonates. After a brief pause, he tears off the tape, enabling him to pull the door outward. Inside, a dimly lit room comes into view, with light streaming in from the main room, with several small boxes scattered about. The investigators cautiously step into the room, scrutinizing every detail with the assistance of a blacklight that Javier produces at the last moment. David and I carefully watch the two from outside. It's a lot emptier than I thought. Maybe they cleared it out. Oh god, what is that smell? No idea what you're talking about. You don't smell it? It's a sweet, faint odor. I can't remember where I've smelt this before. Rue ignores Javier's comment and fixes his attention to the ground. Doesn't appear to have much inside. But wait, these boxes. The wolf picks up one of the boxes to examine it, shakes it, and then tosses it back down. They belong to Cyprus. All these boxes are empty, too. Wait, what do we have here? Fox leans over and pulls out a small gray rag from within one of the boxes. How suspicious. Let me take a look at that. They exchange the cloth around and Rue holds it up to the light. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon or YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!